what's going on, everybody? Heck here with the TSR Show. Another week, another episode of the TSR Show. Bucket Hat Heck in the building.
For some reason.
We got Greg the Leg. He back again.
Made all his field goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not the problem in Dallas.
You know? And we got Smurf in the back.
Yes, sir. Both our seasons are over.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, it's a bit of a relief, I guess. It's like, all right. Yeah, it's just, all right, I'm going to sleep in this Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
I was not as disappointed as you, though.
Yeah, I was mad. Well, we'll get into it later.
But let's start it off with an off the top.
Yeah.
Y'all got an off the top?
I don't got one this week.
I do. Fuck this inflation shit, blood.
Oh, my.
Like,
True.
it's just, like, to me, it's a little bit ridiculous. Like, ridiculous on how much expensive shit is like literally from, I say even, like, I didn't really notice it until a span of, like, the last 3 months. It's just, I was, like, looking to get a new car. I was like, all right, I need a third car. And I'm like, I'll buy something, you know, a little hoopty. Good on gas, but reliable. And I even look at, like, cars that are, like, 2005, like a Civic. 2005 Jeez. Civic, 150,000 miles. And I look and they're like, we want 11,500. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, I'll give you $3,000 at best. At best. I'll give you $3,000. But 11,000, and then I go to KBB and it's really worth that. And I'm like, yo, fuck this
no,
shit.
It's not, dog. There's no way,
I'll be
dog.
like,
there's no way, dog.
There's some where it's like, not even that. Even if it's not worth 11, it'll be worth like 8. And I'm like, bro, this car is worth like 4. Like,
it's not even worth 4.
Yeah, it's
a
just
2005. 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, no way. No way.
It's fucking crazy.
I don't know where you're. No,
I be looking online. I'm telling you, even just okay. And then my thing is like, how are people buying new cars and there's no cars on the lots?
So who do we have to blame for?
It's just a never-ending cycle. It always goes like this. It's just this inflation just went high, and honestly, we
it's way high.
I feel like we.
There's no one.
I've never seen it in my time here where we're at. I've never seen gas that high. No,
and the thing is, it's not a matter of who's to blame. At the end of it, there's no. To me, this is me. This is what I think.
Okay.
All right, and this is my opinion. Y'all, we can agree to disagree, but this is my opinion on it. Is that there's not necessarily anyone to blame. The thing about it is, we just hit something where you got to understand that the way I see it, the 1% of people control the other 99%. And to me, is the 1% of wealth controls the 99%. So what happened is when we hit COVID and we hit that pandemic, all that money that we were asking for as far as stimulus and all this other stuff, that was granted more so to these bigger corporations, these bigger companies, so that way they can stay afloat, right? At some point, that money has to be paid back. And who pays it back? That would be us.
And that's why
so we can blame the government.
That's why I wasn't agreeing with the stimulus. But my thing is, do we blame the pandemic for this, or do we blame the person in office? And I know you're making it about there's no one to blame. We've got to blame someone. It's like the fucking Cowboys losing and saying, "Oh, they just lost."
Well, then at that point is like, but the thing was like, there's only 2 years to really think about it, right? Is during the pandemic you had someone in office. After the pandemic you had someone in office. So it was a little bit of action on both sides the way I see it. It was like maybe it could have been handled different to where it wasn't this big of a deficit, or maybe on the other side we could have done things a little bit different, which would have meant backing off a lot of what we were doing in order to not be in a deficit. What I'm saying is,
we got 2 minutes.
Yeah, on the power?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. It's like there was 2 sides of the coin. playing the same game.
Well, yeah, but it's pretty easy to blame it on the pandemic and then what government did coming in on the pandemic.
Right.
Because well, the big thing is like with the stimulus checks, right? The stimulus checks were in a sense a good thing to give to Americans to help provide a safety net and to just give people some relief to get through it. The problem is that government did a really good job at keeping big box stores open while shutting down small businesses, especially like in the state we live.
Right.
Like that was a huge thing. And so the government's giving out this money. Anytime the government is issuing out money or printing more money, that leads to inflation, right? So we can blame government for inflation, typically.
I'm ready for a Republican president. That's just me.
Bruh, every time I fill up my car, I am waiting for a Republican president.
Okay, so
I'm just waiting.
here's
Every
my
year,
question,
every
right?
time, dog.
So here's my question. If I'm in office, right, regardless of what side I'm on, let's just say I'm in office, right?
Okay.
I'm not a Republican. About it.
Right. No, but my thing is,
Not Republican.
instead of giving people $1,200 a month or a person $1,200 and say, here, you can live off of that. Why didn't we? In my head, I'm gonna say, you know what? Put a halt to mortgage payments. Put a halt to all this. Let's let these people. If we're gonna quarantine, we got to give them the simple necessities in order to quarantine safely, right? But we didn't put a halt to bigger corporations, right? Somehow they still had to make their money. Now there was like, hey, we'll work with you. You take the month off, but then there's a way about it. We'll add it on the back end, or you have to pay us. There was a lot of people who was like, hey, you don't have to pay us for 3 months, but on the 4th month, we need all those 3 months on the 4th month in order to keep it. Why not put a halt to that? I think that would have been more beneficial because there was a lot of people that couldn't work. So to give them $1,200 to pay $2,000 worth of bills each month is not sufficient.
Yeah, but how far up the chain are you willing to stop payments? Like that's the question there.
Honestly,
like we can't just freeze
you
rent and mortgage.
Nah, what?
To be honest with y'all, like I think the stimulus was not it.
Nah.
And for me, I didn't need the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll take it. I feel like I don't know how to explain it. Like it wasn't worth it to me, but I get that it was worth it to other people. But even to other people, $1,200 ain't it.
Well, the thing with the actual
That's like-
I
amount
guess
that we
that's what I'm
got,
saying too.
anybody that actually needed money and needed help during the pandemic did not get enough of that through the stimulus.
That's what I'm saying.
People that were already doing okay, cool. It doesn't move the needle for me either way. It's just like, cool, I've got some extra cash.
Yes. How many people like went to Walmart and bought like TVs and like,
A shit ton of people.
yeah.
Well, I mean, once they made all the chips and shit, but yeah, a bunch.
To me, I'm just saying I would have at least like a solid 6 months. Like, let's put a hole and figure this shit out. Start with 3, a max of 6. I think that's sufficient enough. If I'm looking out for the people, how we want politicians to look out for the people. That's all I'm saying. If I'm looking out for the people as someone who's in office, that's what I'm going to do to look out for the people. Because at some point, we got to pay something back later.
So
Well, yeah, but you
all
as a-
Republicans voted no against the stimulus. All the Democrats voted yes for the stimulus.
Yeah, but then you got to also look. You got to read between the lines, because there was also Republicans voting yes on certain things that at the masses you look at it, it's like, really, why does that need funding?
Well, it literally kept going back and forth
That's what
between
I'm saying.
Republicans and Democrats, where
It was a maneuver of money.
Republicans would literally be like, "Here's a stimulus bill," and then the Democrats would reject that and add a bunch of shit, send it back, and yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's just got to be. It's got to be paid back somehow, some way. Why not help the people right now? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Anyways, we went a little bit off
Moving
the top.
on.
We had to change batteries, essentially. So, wild card weekend is in the books.
Yep.
The reason Bucket Hat Heck came out is because it's on to the draft and on the training camp. You know, so you just got to look forward like that. I took it pretty hard, personally.
But let's start off.
Let's start off with some other games, and then we can go off on the Cowboys.
I just wanted to get over with. They're already out.
Let's start off with
no.
last night's
I
game.
don't know.
The Rams and the Cardinals. What's you guys' take on that game?
At least the Cowboys didn't get beat that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, but
I'm just saying.
no. You don't get to use that excuse. Actually,
Yes, I do.
No,
I do.
One was
Well,
an
no,
underdog,
'cause
one
here's
was a
why.
favorite.
One's an underdog, one's the favorite. The other thing is one of those teams, their quarterback, that was the first time he was in a playoff game, and their head coach, that was the first time he was in a playoff game. Is that what you want to see out of your first playoff game from the duo? No, of course not. You don't want to see him get blown out.
Sent to the hospital. I mean, at least that.
True. So, like, in that sense,
regards to that, they say he's okay.
he's doing better, is
Okay,
the
so
reports
he's
that I've
doing
seen. Buda Baker, by the way.
Buda Baker. Prayers up.
But the thing, like, for me with the game, like I didn't learn a whole lot about the Rams, like, personally. I learned a lot about the Cardinals. I learned they're not ready yet. And
I've been saying that. Nah, I've been saying that since like week 7.
well, yeah,
6.
but here's the thing: is
I
that
think he's the one that picked the Cardinals to beat the Rams.
I thought they were gonna beat them.
I mean, I did
They're
too.
better. They're better away than home this year.
Well, yeah, but the last like 5 games, they lost 4 of them. One of those was to Detroit.
They put a beat down on my Cowboys, so it was like, all right.
Well, they beat my Cowboys.
Well, because
they're
I
a good
thought,
team.
but I thought
That's good
But I
logic
thought
there,
the
dog.
Cowboys were a better team than the Rams. You know, at that time. Hey, I'll eat my crow. But go ahead, continue on.
We're talking Rams Cardinals, and we got to throw in the boys somehow.
But
I
you
guess.
can check the tape. I'm saying is like what
No,
I'm saying
no,
is
no.
I said that the Cowboys were just a young team. They're a year early, especially when I said this when they were on their hot streak.
The Cowboys are
Hold on.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, not the Cowboys.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Cardinals.
The Cardinals are this young team. They need experience. Getting slapped in the mouth like that is good for that team, and I'm excited to see what they do next year. It was very interesting from the Rams seeing them run the ball as much as they did. That kind of surprised me. And like once the game got out of hand, it made a lot of sense why you stopped throwing the ball in general.
Yeah.
But like it was shocking to me. Like we knew Arizona's run defense wasn't that good, but like the Rams really exposed that. So do you think that's like the Rams having a really good rush offense or the Cardinals getting exposed for how bad their defense is?
I think to me it just came down to this is the third time they played each other. And one team just came prepared and the other one just I wouldn't say that they weren't prepared, but it's the third time you're looking at you played these guys. And we know, like we've been saying it and Smurf's been saying this, is that the playoffs are all about matchups. And that was why I wanted to play the Cardinals again. I was like, I'd rather play the Cardinals than the Niners because regardless of what we thought of the Niners beforehand, it's like it's still a fresh team that you got to play. This is the first time you played each other. Whereas the Cardinals, you can, okay, I remember when they did this or when it, like, it's hard to change something, especially when they played so late in the year.
Yeah.
And so to me, it just came down to it was a divisional game. And what do you want to do to a divisional opponent, regardless if it's in the playoffs or regular season? You want to embarrass them.
Yeah.
And they played each other so. Now you're talking about Sean McVay and Kingsbury, 2 years in a row going against each other. So what are you going to change so much, as far as coaching? And Sean McVay just came in with a better game plan and their team executed properly.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm only saying that because we got 30 minutes.
No, I feel
You're
you.
good.
And okay, so as far as the other game was the Eagles in
We knew they shouldn't have been there.
It's not worth talking about. This
Yeah.
is a year where both 7 seeds, we'll talk about Pittsburgh later.
Yeah.
Both 7 seeds just shouldn't have been here. So like I'm not discussing them any more than like we'll see
Yeah.
what they do next year.
Yeah.
One team's in a way better position than the other.
They need a quarterback. The Eagles need a quarterback.
So one quick thing about the Eagles is Jalen Hurts is an athletic quarterback. I just think his arm stinks.
Yeah. I've never saw him as a
And
as
they
a
never should
passer.
have made the playoffs.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been there. But we'll see what the Eagles do. Tampa,
Turn back
obviously.
to Gardner
they
Minshew,
did-
dog. That's all they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so
Or
the
call
other-
Nick Folk back.
The other game in the NFC.
I mean, Nick Folk, fucking
We'll wait on.
Nick Foles.
The other game in the NFC we'll wait on. Raiders and Bengals. The Raiders are out.
It was a good game though.
That was
Every Raiders game is a good game.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that inadvertent whistle?
I thought. Okay, so I've been saying this all year, and this is kind of why. So I've had a serious complaint with the refs because the refs the entire year have just stunk. Did them blowing that whistle right then change anything in that play? I don't think so, personally. I don't think that affected the outcome of the play in any way. However, it is a very blatant thing of how bad these refs are. The refs are not paying attention, and they just suck. And my issue is that if in the next coming games something happens and the refs alter a game, I've been complaining about this all year. So I'm going to complain about it when it happens then as well. Because these refs suck, and we need to really talk about how bad they are so that it can get improved.
So they're not going to be reffing. That crew won't be. I don't know if you guys heard, but that crew won't be reffing any more games.
Good. That was horrible.
Like in the future?
And
For the playoffs. They're done.
That Jerome Boger.
Well, the thing is real quick to touch base on the refs is from the refs' perspective, if you look at it, a lot of the senior refs are retiring. A lot of them that have seen it, and that one thing that I think you see from older refs and experienced refs is they understand when the game should just let them play. You know what I mean? Whereas you're seeing a lot of these younger refs trigger happy. Kind of like a rookie cop, always wanting to pull someone over just for the excitement. You know what I mean? This is my job. And whereas seasoned refs were they understand especially pivotal moments in a game where maybe I don't call this PI as roughly or as loosely as I would want to call it because they're playing. You got to just let them play at times. Okay? Because there's times where it's not
Let's talk to us. Will you give vent to us?
It's not like a blame.
Okay, blame the refs. It's okay.
No.
Team in the league, talk to us. Come on.
No.
Let's see a lot of flags
That's all
going-
I'm saying.
going
That's all
your
I'm
way.
saying is as far as refs, I think it's just seeing that transition, and we'll see if it gets better. But I agree with as far as refs, but around the league, I'm not just talking from my point of view, but from around the league, you've seen a consistent what? Really? Or what? Even commentators and broadcasters have been calling it I don't know if I'd call that. That's kind of nitpicky. But it is what it is. As far as Bengals and Raiders,
Bengals better not play like that next week or they're getting bounced. They'll get bounced in the first quarter.
The
They play
Bengals
like that
remind
next
me
week.
of the Cards, though, where they have something good.
Oh, yeah.
But they're just a young team.
100%. And
I
for
think
their
that
first
first-
playoff experience,
yeah.
this is great for them, but
But it's kind of one of those, it can be a fake booster type of deal.
I agree.
So,
Okay, so as far as the other game in the AFC, the Patriots got their ass whooped by the Bills. The Bills almost played a perfect game on offense.
I think they did play a perfect game as a team, though.
But you can't win, you allow points.
Oh,
On offense, they did.
Yeah, I agree.
On offense,
Because the
they did.
7 for
I feel
7
you.
was
I
pretty
feel what you're saying now.
spectacular.
Okay, go ahead.
So what you guys think about that one?
The Bills, it's just that they look good. I think they've looked more good than they've looked bad this season. I choose them going far, honestly, because I don't think.
We'll talk about moving forward, but as far
Yeah.
as
I if the Bills play like that, then they're a tough team to beat. I'll put it that way.
So-
they have the talent and they have the wherewithal.
Yeah. So, I understand that it happened earlier in the week, but we talked about it first on the show. The Bills-Patriots game reminds me of the Cards-Rams game, where you
Right.
have one true contender team versus a young upstart team.
Right.
What did we think was going to happen? And they're both division rivals.
Right.
What did we think was going to happen?
Right.
The team with the veteran quarterback that has a better roster versus the team with maybe less of a good roster and a much younger quarterback. That's what's going to happen. And that's kind of what we saw in both games was The Bills came out and they could execute and they could do more things to challenge the Patriots. The Patriots could not do as many things to challenge the Bills. They also could not block them, and that was a big deal.
Which, real quick, what do you guys think about that? I'm not a very big fan of seeing a team play for the third time, or even the second time again. So, like, we saw the Rams play the Cardinals, and we saw the Bills play the Patriots again. I'm not a big fan of, like, teams playing, like, the team again. Like, oh, I already saw this match.
I agree with you. I'm not a fan of that either.
So, like, in baseball,
You're talking about the playoffs.
in the playoffs. So, like,
Yeah.
in baseball back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, they used to have where, like, the wild card team that made it would play the top seed. But if they were in your division, you wouldn't play them. You play the
Like next
place.
man up
the
type
next
of
the
thing.
next opponent. And I wish they did that in the NFL to where,
Yeah.
like, if it was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I agree.
I would have
I
liked
totally
like
agree.
different matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
I would have like
Well, all 6 games, like, we got bad matchups, in my opinion.
yeah, because all the favorites won except for
Dallas.
Yeah.
And, like, the most competitive game to me was the Raiders-Bengals, which was very surprising.
Yeah.
But, like, none of the other games were overly competitive to me.
No,
And so, like, this week, like, it's playoffs and it's supposed to have this atmosphere, and I was
It felt like
bored as
regular
shit the
season,
entire-
right? Like
Didn't
week
even feel
4?
like that. It felt like preseason
Yeah.
in a way. Because you have the one team that you know is going to be good, and this other team that we have questions on.
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
almost,
wow, the
it's-
good team
And
won.
it could be because of the second team that got a bye was too much for the
So
7th seed.
That's another thing.
let me ask you this. So you're saying switch them up, but in the beginning, right? Because what if even if you switch them up and they both meet up in the NFC Championship?
Well, that's fine.
That's
talking
right.
about
Okay,
first
so you're
round.
okay
I'm
with
talking
that.
I'm talking original matchup.
Yeah, not divisional once
what
we
I'm
start
saying. It's
seeding.
like, well, you can't stop if they both make it. Now you're
No,
like,
no, I'm not talking
okay,
about
okay, yeah, okay, yeah. That I'm with both of you on that. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like it's a divisional game, number one. But we'll see it, like we've seen it again. Is you're playing each other for the third time. Like, regardless, is like we know in a sense of how you're gonna, like, we've seen this already.
I think that rule, I'm down with that rule as long as it only applies to the highest seeded team. So, like, in the first round, the second seeded team, if they're going to play a division matchup, then we can rotate some games.
Yeah.
If it's going to be the third seeded team, no, we shouldn't change anything and punish the second seed.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I agree with you,
Wait,
though.
wait,
like,
wait.
the
So
playoffs
you're
for
saying-
the Packers, we have to play a bunch of teams that we've already played.
So, like-
I'm not as excited.
So, like, if the Cowboys were third and then the Niners were sixth,
so you guys got a good draw, essentially for the fans, because they didn't play it all this year.
Yeah.
right, and that's what sucked about it. Like, for me though, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, fuck. But you're saying the Niners were the sixth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what if the Eagles were the sixth?
So,
No.
like, yeah, at that point, like, boom.
Yeah, but he's saying if it's the third seed, you don't punish the second seed for that, right?
Yeah.
And I get that too. Yeah, I mean, there's a flaw in that one because there's so much teams.
Yeah.
You know, and in baseball at the time there's only 4 teams going to the playoffs, from one side. But anyways,
Oh
the
yeah,
other-
that
the
does
other-
put a kink in it.
the other team was the Chiefs. And the
I already
Steelers.
discussed that.
So,
Next
I
question.
mean, you guys want to touch on that?
Hey, you
Next
know,
question.
Big Ben, happy retirement.
Again?
Yeah. No, thank you for all your years.
Bro, I'm not convinced
Yada,
that
yada,
he
yada.
played in that game.
Like, I'm pretty sure you were happy staying home. Yeah.
They did not start off like that for the first quarter.
Yeah,
The
just
fucking Steelers are struggling to score. Here
Yeah,
they are
they're
again.
just like-
They're struggling to score, yet they're still in it because the other team is doing some dumbass shit. But finally, like, the Chiefs pulled
bro.
it.
I seriously, like, I was like, all right, let's see how it goes. And it started like that, and I was like, y'all want to watch a movie? Like,
And honestly, like, the Eagles and the Steelers did not deserve to be in the playoffs.
no,
I would agree.
nah, yeah. That, and I think that's kind of going back to your idea of, like, the second and, like, not playing the divisional. I think at that point, though, too, there should be one of those things where, okay, we know your record, but this team should be in the playoffs instead of y'all.
No.
What do you mean?
So, like,
No.
on the Eagles standpoint.
No. Not the Eagles standpoint. On the Steelers standpoint. What if we looked at that and we said, you know what? Yeah, sure, the Steelers, they have the record and the tiebreakers to where technically they're the 7th seed, but they're undeserving. Let's throw the Chargers in there instead. Like, that's what you're saying, right?
I guess. Yeah.
In a sense.
And, yeah.
But like,
No.
why? I don't get it. Like, why?
I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to see Chargers and Chiefs instead of Steelers.
Well, they should have fucking beat the Raiders.
yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah, and that's
Don't
on
get me
them.
wrong, like,
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of the day, it's as simple as like.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. Yeah, they should have.
I would have preferred to see the Chargers in
Yeah.
it.
But
Don't
if
get
they
me
didn't
wrong.
deserve it, yeah.
But like,
They didn't
had
earn
the
it.
Chance.
They could have
And they blew
earned
it.
it,
Play
and they
for
didn't.
Marbles, and yeah, they couldn't stop Josh Jacobs from getting a first down.
Wild.
Speaking of not having a chance.
Real quick,
Oh, the
though,
Cowboys.
Real quick though, on the Chiefs, they did a play. The only thing I have to say against the Chiefs is they have you seen that trick play with Kelsey where he threw the touchdown?
Yeah.
So
Why are you
I
running?
would have saved that play
I would have too.
because it's in a blowout and like you know. You
No,
use it there.
You know what it
do not
reminded
have to
me
blow
of?
out the Steelers. You don't have to disrespect them. You just run it out and you accept your win and you move on. Like,
That reminded me of 2016 with, what's his name? Scott Linehan, where we're blowing out the Lions in regular season. We already clinched like the number 1 seed. It's like last game. We're blowing them out, and they do the trick play to Des Bryant to Witten, wide open. And in my head, I'm like, why would you not save that for the playoffs?
Yeah.
Like, why would you put it there? And even I think it was Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, where they were like, yeah, I don't know why you would call it there, because it was already like 41-7. Like, why would you even? Yeah, no shit, they're not gonna fucking defend that.
Yeah.
Like, they're already like
they're
walking
not
off the
defending
field.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, but I get that.
Yeah, so all that talking, all that tweeting by the Steeler players when they were like hoping for like the Chargers or the Raiders to win, all for naught.
Literally
All
for nothing.
naught. But let's move on to the Niners and the Cowboys real quick. Hector, take the floor.
Just like that.
It's all you.
I'm just gonna say real quick. The Cowboys just didn't come out to play. They got outcoached. They got outmanned. They got outplayed. And based on this roster, it's like Aaron Rodgers' career. They underachieved. All right. So this season is just they underachieved. Now,
Dog, we have more playoff
Okay.
appearances than you have playoff wins in the last 25 years.
Right. Brady has 6. Here's the thing. I'm disappointed. I'm not even mad. I was disappointed.
You're mad.
No, I was
With
disappointed.
a take like that, you're mad, dog.
I was-
It's all
I was-
good.
It's okay.
It's all good, dude. You can be mad.
It's one
I was
of those
mad
things
last
where,
year. It's all good, dog.
So to me, Smurf was here watching the game with me, and early on in the game, I think it was the first or I think it was the second drive where I turned to you, sitting on that chair right there. He's sitting there, and I turned to, and our homie Jeff is right there, right? And I turned to him, and I was like, "It's over. We're not winning this game." And Jeff's like, it's barely the first quarter, and I was like, nah, they haven't mustered anything up. And here's the thing about it is, from the essentially between midway through the first quarter and up until about the fourth quarter, they didn't even achieve to be able to get on their side of the field to kick a field goal. I'm not even mad that you lost, but in the way that you lost was embarrassing. Like, super, to not get on your side of the field. You had plenty of opportunities to get on their side of the field, to kick at least 2 field goals. That's all you needed. 2 field goals, and then you get the touchdown after the turnover. You win the game. That's it. You win the game. It's a dogfight. It didn't go your way, but you win the game. At the end of the day, that's playoff football. And I would have been okay with that. Okay? But at this point, Dak, I'm very disappointed. I really backed you early on in the season. Now we'll see what you do next year. But in this game, after you throw that interception, Dak, that's when I've seen you in previous times say, okay, fuck it. I'm taking this fucking game over. I've seen it from you, and that's why I've always believed in you. And this wasn't the only time that I haven't seen it, but there was something midway through the season where I believe you were just shook. You just were hesitant on throws. You were late on throws. You weren't making the right reads. Is that you can muster up that, oh, the O-line did this or receivers did that. At the end of the day, you didn't put the game in your hands. You fought for your contract. You didn't. Now, as a fan, that's all I can look at. All I can do is follow the money. And at that point, you fought for it. You got what you wanted. Midway through the third quarter, after that interception, you say, fuck it, I'm taking this game over, and you bring them back. The Niners, you should have beat the Niners. That's all I'm going to say. Cowboys should have beat the Niners. Niners, in the grand scheme of things, you didn't deserve to win either, but you won. And that's it. Go ahead, Greg.
How much of the blame are you... So I'm just curious from listening to that. How much of the blame for that loss do you put on Dak? Like, I'm curious.
No, I would say a solid, 35%.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, at that point, I've seen many times from him get this look and this energy about him where it's like, I'm going to take it over.
How many of those times has he won?
The thing is, he can't always be the savior.
Well, no.
I get that. Look, I didn't want to go on a crazy rant.
Well,
I didn't want to. Okay.
But
Number
here's my-
one.
here's my thing.
Okay, hold on.
No,
Hold
no.
on.
Hold on. You don't.
Before you
I
go on
just
a
wanna- I
rant,
just wanna
we
say
get a
something.
couple
Okay,
things first.
okay.
I want to respond to the 35%.
Yeah.
I don't think Dak is as much to blame as you think. Here's
That's
what
why I gave it a 35. I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a quarter.
You spend a lot of it talking about that. So
Well,
here's what I'm saying.
I started with the team.
Here's what I'm saying. It's the Cowboys. First of all, the Cowboys go down right away due to the defense. The defense, they for very first play of the very first drive, it's already 7-0, right?
Right.
Now you guys do go, 3 and out, but then the defense allows more points, and then you guys, I don't know what happens. I don't know if it's another 3 and out, but the defense allows another field goal, right?
Right.
Prevented a touchdown, but it's at that point it's like 13-0.
17-0, right?
You guys didn't force a punt until I'm assuming until.
The
I
second
think it was
quarter.
Until
midway through the second
until
quarter.
close to halftime. if
Yeah,
I'm not
it was
mistaken.
7 or 8 minutes
Yep.
around that time.
And that's where I don't really place much blame on Dak, because at that point your offense has a game script. And remember when I was telling you, I was like, look, when you guys scored that touchdown in 7-13, it's like, all right, don't abandon the run. Just stay on game script. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes when you get down so big due to the other unit, your offensive flow.
You freak out.
Your offensive flow, not necessarily freak out, but it changes. Now you're not running the ball as much. Now you might force it. Now you try to make up for the deficiencies for how the defense is playing. I think you need to place much blame on the defense and the fucking head coach.
Well, to me also, a lot of what I think I told you this at work. I said, Kellen Moore though. Ever since that Chiefs game, Kellen Moore, as far as a play caller, has not been what we thought of to be. Now, this is what you've seen in a Kellen Moore, is he abandons the run quickly. He does not like to run the ball. But when he does run the ball, it is there's no
creativity.
Yeah, there's just no creativity. It's like, okay, I only want to run it through the A gap and the B gap.
It wasn't like the Niners when they got the first down to end the game.
Yeah, it just, there was no okay, this is what we're gonna do, and it's really this is your guy, this guy. If that hole opens up, run through that motherfucker. And it was very basic to where also too where his passing is also too it's like drawn out. It's like, hey bro, like you need to just get the ball out quickly. And this is one thing that you saw early on. So early on with the Cowboys, what was helping Dak have a lot of success was being in 12 personnel. So when Michael Gallup went down, that's where they played a lot of 12 personnel.
By the way, CeeDee Lamb 1 reception.
Right. But
That's more Dak, in my opinion.
no,
I would
yeah. But you see, we saw the O-line play though too. It's just a matter. And Pollard only had 4 touches. In a playoff game, your most dynamic running back has 4 touches.
And that's probably the off-script shit that I'm talking
That's what
about.
I'm saying. Is now it's more of a sense of like, all right, what the fuck do we do? And then it's like it's not the whole like, hey, okay, we're down, but we still got 3 quarters to fucking play.
And
Like,
Jimmy
let's-
G tried giving you guys a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And but the thing about it is, on the offensive side, especially in Kellen Moore's side of the field is like, you didn't necessarily try anything to give the ball into your playmakers' hands. And you put more of a sense of long, drawn-out plays because you were trying to just score quickly. But the thing is, your O-line cannot hold up. It was proven. So it was just a matter of just adjusting, and they didn't do that well. And it was poor coaching on McCarthy's end because not just in this game, but throughout it, you've had a series of penalties in games. How are you this undisciplined in a playoff game? It was just horrible to watch. They just
Greg,
were
let's hear your-
unprepared.
Okay.
Actually, Greg, hold up.
Yep.
I'm going to hold you off for a minute.
Yep. All right.
Let me take a leak real quick.
All right. And okay.
Wait,
My
wait.
turn to go in on these Cowboys.
Go ahead, Greg.
All right. Now, to me, personally, I think everybody is to blame equally for the Cowboy situation, actually, except for one person, Mike McCarthy.
What?
I'll explain. First of all, we all know why Mike's there. He's there because he's a puppet head coach that Jerry can control very easily, too. What power does he have? What ability does he have to hold any of those players accountable? Because they can go up the office, talk to Jerry, and then they don't have to do what Mike said. What authority does he have to keep that team disciplined with an owner like Jerry Jones, who is trying to be the head coach?
We don't know. We don't know what happens during the week, but what we do know is he's in charge of that game. What
Is he?
From kickoff?
What's
Jerry
he in
Jones
charge
is
of?
in the stands.
Hold on. What's he in charge of? He doesn't do offensive play calling. He's involved in it somehow. He's got an earpiece, but he's not calling plays.
That's more of an indictment against him.
No.
I honestly
It's an indictment
would
against-
have preferred him play calling.
No. It's an
Personally.
indictment against the entire
He doesn't play
system.
call,
He used to.
He used to,
but he doesn't.
but he should have
No,
taken
but-
over a long time ago.
But here's my
At
thing.
least 2 weeks ago.
Mike McCarthy on the sideline, right? We all make fun of him because his time management sucks. And it does. Like, let's be honest. But he doesn't do anything because he's not allowed to do anything. He doesn't coach the offense. He doesn't coach the defense. They have the coordinators for that. And then Jerry is doing shit. Like, and we know this. Jerry's been doing this for years. Furthermore, that game is just embarrassing on the Cowboys front
But no, but
from all sides of the
I
ball.
was gonna battle you on the Mike McCarthy front, where he doesn't call plays on the offense.
Mhm.
He's not in charge of the defense.
Mhm.
At least game manages the fucking game right to where when they do the fake field goal, he's on there.
Okay, no.
and He's like, oh.
So I'm glad. So
what do we do here? Oh fuck, delay a game.
he's not play calling.
Right.
So that's
But-
a play call between
but you-
Kellen Moore and the special teams coordinator. So here's the $1 million question to the Cowboys. Okay.
What about when Fossil go for 2 and he's like, yeah, go for 2, go for 2. That's the shit about Mike McCarthy where I'm like,
Yeah, he's not a head coach. He's a puppet. He doesn't get to do anything. He gets to say these things. He gets to be like, yeah, go for 2. He's not making that decision. Somebody else did. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's hard to blame Mike McCarthy because he's not in control of the situation because he cannot be in control of the situation.
So you're saying Jerry Jones is in control?
Yes.
From kickoff to end?
No. From kickoff to end, that's the players. The coaches aren't out there fucking telling you what to do. Bad play calling can put you in bad positions, 100%. But there was opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. I'm good. For the Cowboys to make plays to get back into the game.
Yeah.
There was an early interception in like our early part of the third quarter that I've seen Cowboys, any of their players come down with that kind of ball. If they come down with that one, now they have 2 interceptions on the game. That's a flip of possession.
That
they
was-
really
that
could
was
change.
the overthrown ball, and I saw the play. That's when I was in the bathroom.
When Jimmy G missed Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. On the
That would've
burn
been-
on
That would have been
Diggs.
game over.
Yeah.
Because that would have flipped the momentum early enough
G
to
kept
where
right
they could have
in
get
it.
it back.
No, real quick, when it comes to the interception, it's like, yeah, we've seen him make those plays, but that's not like a routine play, is what I'm saying. When I get mad at plays, it's more so root. It's like when an actual wide receiver for the offense doesn't catch the ball and it hits him in the hands.
Right.
It's like, yeah, it was above you, but it touched your hands. Like, you're used to making those types of catches, whereas an interception is like, it takes a ball audible and it's a lot harder it's not a routine play.
Didn't
it's not
you
like
guys-
it just hit him in
So
his
here's-
lap.
so
But
here-
on defense, what are you guys good
Yeah,
at?
we're
What are you
good at
great
takeovers,
at?
yeah.
At takeaways.
But-
what are you not great at? Yards. You gave up a shit ton of yards to them, and then you had
I
opportunities
said
to
that early in the week.
right.
They don't
but
have a strong
you
run,
then
run
have
defense.
opportunities to force turnovers, and you don't do that.
So here's my thing, and this is one of the takes that I heard that I actually like. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna mention the take, but I was thinking of something about the Cowboys that made me like think of it like this. Right?
Yeah.
They call the Cowboys the Jake Paul of the NFL, meaning they beat up on these mediocre ass teams, but when it's time to play someone good, they're an average team.
Yeah.
And I told you when they lost to the Cowboys, I was better off you guys playing the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Simply off the fact that you guys already played them and lost to them.
Yeah.
But I wasn't surprised. I told you I'm not surprised. They're a mediocre team when they play an average offense or an average. I should say they're a mediocre team when they play outside of the division.
Right.
And whenever they play a top 10 defense, they're not that great.
Right. Well, it's like that whole tank where if Dak Prescott plays a bad QB, he plays great. But if he plays a great QB, he just plays average. It's like he has average play up against, like, compare and contrasting. And that's just,
Also, like we were duped, or maybe
yeah.
you were duped.
I was duped. In the beginning of the
You were
season,
duped.
up until the bye week. Now, after the bye week, I was like, okay, a little bit of a hangover. It was one of those where it was like, all right, you took your loss, whatever. The Broncos.
But-
I thought the Broncos game, to me,
A top 10 defense, by the way.
no, right. I thought the Broncos
Elite.
game, to me, was kind of their eye-opener. But I said early, is this a booster or is this your downfall?
But you guys played the Falcons after that, right? And beat the shit out of them.
Right. And it was like, okay, all right. That was just a fluke. That was the fluke game that we were talking about. Mm-hmm. That was the anomaly. Mm-hmm. The anomaly game. Right? And then they go out the next week and it's just inconsistent. It's
You know,
just
the
like
Raiders?
yes. No. Was it the Raiders?
That was pretty soon after that.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then I told you even on Thanksgiving, I was like, we hardly win on Thanksgiving. We just don't do good in that game stretch. Every year, we haven't
Yeah,
really
you
done.
need to take out that we used to do this shit. So I'll just cut him some slack.
No, I didn't
didn't
cut them slack. No. I'm not saying that I'm cutting them slack. I'm saying I'm used to like not seeing them, but at the same time, I was like, all right, am I seeing a real contender here, or am I seeing just kind of struggles after
So this is what I'm
struggles?
trying to get at. I think I think the problem with the Cowboys relies. They're a product of their division. By what I mean by that is they're a middling team.
Right.
But you think they're up here because they whoop on the division.
Right.
But when say they play in the Packers play in a shitty division, right? But you don't want to be a middling team because when they go up against another division, another team,
another contender,
it's like they're not always going to win them, but they're not the inferior team.
Right.
Or like the Chiefs play. I wouldn't say the Chiefs play in a shitty division, but like it's. I don't want the Cowboys to be a middling team if I'm a Cowboys fan.
Right.
Because you guys are gonna be put on a fucking pedestal as a Cowboys fan because you guys are beating the shit out of these teams. But then, like I said, I equate it to college football. Once you play an SEC team, it's like,
right.
Oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
No, and I completely agree with you.
And
guys.
now to wrap it up is the end of the game. The
Okay.
timeout.
Again, this is the.
Or not the timeout,
But the
QB
final
draw.
play, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So again, this is my other question with the fake punt or with the fake
The
punt
draw.
thing. Yeah, with the where they converted that fourth down. I assume Kellen Moore is calling the plays. Whoever's calling the plays, I just have a very simple question for you. You know that the Cowboys struggle with time management. You know that the entire season they have struggled with time management. Why did you think in a game you could run 2 plays that were time sensitive? Why did you think that?
But also, you know that you have no more timeouts.
And that's the thing. Is the QB draw based on the defense is not a bad play, but you have to practice 2 things. Going down to give yourself enough time to get the ball spotted and giving the ball to the fucking ref.
So
That was the wildest thing. The entire offensive line picked one time to block and be a wall the entire game, and it was on that play.
So to me, I don't really. I know I keep hearing the whole give the ball to the ref. To me, it's heat of the moment. You're not.
You know you can't give it to your own center.
But at the
No. I don't blame Dak for that. Honestly,
No.
I don't blame Dak. I don't blame Dak for that because that's easy to say when you're not like. You're just trying to hurry the fuck up.
You know you got 14 seconds.
No.
Like,
If
talk a
I'm
deal.
saying this to Juju in week whatever the fuck, or not Juju, Chase Claypool, when he did it in a game where he's getting blown out and he's fucking up how much time the Steelers have,
Right.
I'm gonna do the same thing here. You need to know what's happening. You know that you have to spike that ball. You know you have no time.
So watch this is my take on that. So
I'm interested.
hindsight 2020, he should have gave the ball to the ref, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I give him and the Cowboys some slack just because you're in the heat of the moment. It's just like if someone fucking socks you in the face, your natural defense is like, I'm gonna fucking hit you back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Although
Fair.
it's not the right thing to do. It's just
That's
natural instinct.
Yep.
You know, maybe he knew the rule, maybe he didn't. Don't know. But it's just natural instinct. I think the issue was more so calling the fucking draw was the problem. That was more so the problem. Hector, what did I say? What yard line did they need to get to? We're watching the game.
The 30.
30 or the 40, right?
Yeah, 30 or
and I think
40.
they were at the 40, right?
40,
And
yeah.
I said, just take your shots from there. Before the even drive start, I said, just get to the 40-yard line and just take your shots.
We
from
even said, hey, throw it one more time, like to the sidelines and stop the clock so you don't have to go down there and try and.
But my thing is, I think that play call was an indictment of Dak Prescott and his arm talent, if I'm being honest. Because they probably thought, or Kellen Moore probably thought, we need to get closer in order to make a play in the end zone. That's why they call the draw. As where if you have a quarterback with an arm talent, yeah, I'm going to take a couple shots from the 40-yard line. To me, that's what I took out of it. That's why they called the draw. And in my opinion, you shouldn't have called the draw. Because say you have a Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, that's sufficient enough for you to take some fucking shots with no timeouts left, in my opinion. But I feel like they needed to get Dak Prescott a little bit closer.
Well, for me,
I like your take, by the way.
For me,
That's a good one.
me, what it comes down to is like, before all that, I even said this. They had the ball, I think, at like the 4-minute mark, 3-minute. I think it was 3.5 minutes, and it came down to like a 4th and 7,
Oh,
and they chose to punt.
This is during the season?
This is in this
the
game,
last game, yeah.
right? It was before the Niners' last possession, because they punted it to the Niners. They were on their own, I believe, 30 or 35 yard line. And it was a 4th and 7.
Mm-hmm.
What did I tell you in the third quarter? I said, 4th down, I'm going for it. Every 4th down, I'm going for it. If it's under
What was
10.
this when I made the comment? I bet you if they get down, well, this when they had 3 timeouts, right?
Yeah,
You
so
guys still had 3 timeouts, right?
yeah, we still had 3 timeouts, and I said, go for it. Go for it. Because they were on their 35. I'm like, what do you have to lose? You're putting your stock into your defense regardless. At the end of it is, this could be your last possession, because the way I'm thinking is they've controlled the whole time of possession this whole game. They at least hold the ball. They can hold the ball for at least 2.5 minutes before even having to punt it.
And the other thing is, you guys had a lot of penalties you couldn't overcome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, you guys only got the ball back because of a false start by 71 on the 49ers.
Right.
Otherwise, it would have been game. Now they were they were able to overcome the
No, that was the 4th and inches, and it was an illegal shift.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it was
that was Jimmy
That's what I'm
G's
saying.
fault.
Is in that drive right there, we get the ball back with more than 3 minutes on the clock.
No.
No, yes, this is what I'm saying. It happened right after that. So we got the ball back because they punted it. They ended up punting it.
Okay, but regardless,
You didn't even let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, you just keep interrupting me.
Okay, go ahead.
All I'm saying is,
Whenever
what the
you're
fuck?
done.
Like, let me fucking finish. I'll let y'all speak.
All
What I'm saying is, okay, they had the ball with 3 timeouts, and they had more than 3.5 minutes. They got stopped on their side of the field. It's a 4th and 7. I told you specifically, go for it here. Fucking go for it. Pull a Chargers and Herbert and go for every 4th down. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's like the Niners have the time of possession. They can hold the ball for more than 2 minutes.
Which is an indictment on your defense.
Right. Exactly. In this point in time, your defense is what it is at this point. So to me, it's like, go for the 4th down. Now, if you get it, perfect. You have more time. You go down. All you needed was the tug. If anything, a field goal.
Was this when I told you, hey, Dak Prescott should just heave it up? Because if they intercept
Yes,
if they
that
intercept
same
it, it's like a
time.
punt.
In that same time, that's when I said they just need to go for it, because if they get it, we're good. We can go drive down and at least get a field goal.
Was that the drive where CeeDee Lamb caught a ball and he got hurt, but he got called back because of
Yes!
Oh yeah.
Yes.
or something?
No. That was before. So what happened is they started on like their 10 or 15. But regardless of the fact, this is blood. Let me fucking finish.
Okay.
Like, god damn, you're making it longer, bro. So you go for it. You have your 3 timeouts. They chose to punt. When they punt the ball, it forces the Niners. The Niners come in and they're just gonna hand it off every time, so you can use your fucking timeouts. What happens? You use your timeouts, and not only did you use your timeouts, it's like a 3rd and 9, and you allow 10 yards. 10 fucking yards. You don't get a stop until the next fucking set of downs. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So it leaves us 40 seconds left on the clock. But if you get it and you go down and score, now you have 3 timeouts. You get a stop early. You kick them off the ball. Even with a minute and a half or a little under a minute and a half, you still have 3 timeouts. That gives you plenty of time to go down there and kick a field goal to win the game. That's all I gotta say.
But what you gotta say about the ending?
To me, okay, yes, the referee needs to to snap the ball, but at the same time, I could tell you this: the referee was fucking far as fuck. He didn't move throughout the whole fucking play. He literally watched the play like this, bro. Like the whole time, and the minute they're trying to set up, he's like, "Oh shit!"
No, dog.
Shit!
As soon as Dak,
That's not how that motherfucker ran in, too. He was like,
dog, that's an old ass man trying to ref the game.
"Okay, that's what I'm saying. He should have been moving with the play,
Bro, I don't.
Bro, his
Listen,
objective
bro,
literally is
if
to
you-
watch the QB.
Yes,
and he stood there the whole time. The QB
on.
was running.
Yeah, so here's a question for you, right? I understand you're mad, but I want you to just stop and think about this for half a second. Is it possible that the ref and Dak started running at the exact same fucking time?
No, you look at the clock. No.
Hold on. The difference being
Watch.
is it's a fucking ref.
This is what Heck wants the ref to be doing.
Goddamn Speedy Gonzalez or what?
Yes.
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 Okay, so-
that's what you should be doing.
No. But so here's my question, right? Is it more of an indictment that Dak outrun an NFL ref? Or would it have been more of an indictment on Dak
Let me
if that
watch.
ref had met him?
But what do you think about my take about as far as the last play?
I
think it's an indictment on Dak Prescott on why they chose to run the draw to get him closer.
disagree. I don't.
I can't really
I
go
can't
off
disagree
of that.
with you, as
I-
long as they didn't trust Dak's arm, because the Cowboys were like, okay, we need Dak to make a play, so we're gonna give Dak the ball so that he can make a play. Our wide receivers have been struggling. Dak has not been throwing good balls to them, and they've been struggling, so it's made it worse. What's the best play we can do?
But why? Okay, this.
No,
is
I agree with you, because if you look at the other quarterbacks, let's take Jimmy G out. All of the other quarterbacks in the playoffs right now in that position, you get a 15-yard gain out of bounds. You have 6 seconds left. Boom, you get another play.
Well,
Tom Brady does that. Aaron Rodgers does that. Joe Burrow, literally all of them.
See,
Why
look,
not let
fourth
Dak
so
do
we
that?
had 2 minutes and 51 seconds left.
Huh?
2 minutes and 50, and they had a false start. So look, they pinned them back even more. We get the ball back.
Okay, no one's disputing that.
No, we're getting the ball back, right? And look, we get it. We get it at our 21. Our 21. Schultz gets a big drive. Then CD gets Then we get called back. Then it's 2nd and 11. Okay, here we go. 3rd and 11. We don't get the 3rd and 11. It's an incomplete. Remember that. Then it was flag, holding, whatever. Oh fuck.
Okay, just real quick.
I think I can also turn it against you and also say, is it an indictment on you don't think a receiver can go up there and actually make a physical play?
Okay, so this is what I was gonna say. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. My thing is,
Dak's struggling the entire game throwing the ball.
my thing is, why would you want to fucking kill 15 seconds for 10 yards? When
I think
for 10, 15 yards when you could just, all right, now I'm here and I can run at least 2 plays, 2 shots into the end zone.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3,
But
opposed to just one
I think
from 10 yards closer.
Okay,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, and I think
That's just, we'll never
to me,
know.
I don't
That's
think
just my theory.
the only thing I disagree as far as an indictment on Dak, I think that's more of an indictment on Kellen Moore. I think in that position, you, instead of calling the QB draw, you call another pass play. If you're trying to get pass play, if you're trying to get closer, they give you the corners all day long.
Yeah, we'll never know.
That's what I'm saying. They'll give you the corners. Why not take a shot in the corners and tell Dak, if it's not there, throw it out of bounds so it stops the clock. Then we at least have some time to regroup.
Yeah,
That's just my thinking.
But anyways, let's talk about,
Upcoming
the
good
upcoming
teams.
games. Teams that are actually in it.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the most. There's going to be 3 good games. Well, we'll talk about the one that's kind of, and that's the Titans and the Bengals. What you guys got now?
I have the Titans. I'm sticking with the Titans so far.
Derrick Henry back?
I think Titans.
I don't think Derrick Henry has quite as big a game as everybody's expecting. It was a decent injury, so like he's gonna be a little rusty, but I don't think that stops the Titans from winning.
I think he's rushing for over $120.
I think they're gonna have a big rushing game. I don't know if it's gonna be him, but as a collective unit, they're gonna have a big rushing game.
He's gonna have a buck for sure.
It wouldn't surprise me if they put him on a pitch count, or like if they look at it and they go, okay, well if we go up 2 scores, we're gonna not use you as much, and if it starts getting close, then we'll start using you again.
I think they're gonna put him on a pitch count as far as like throughout the game. I don't think like you know what I mean. Like if his pitch count is 20, it's like let's give him 5 runs per quarter type of deal. But if he's doing really good and he feels good in the beginning, fuck it, like leave him in there. Like he's gonna have a whole offseason to recover. You know what I'm saying?
So,
what do you?
let's talk about the 3 juicy matchups.
Wait, what do you think's gonna happen?
In that game, I think Titans are gonna win.
Just grind them out.
I think Titans are gonna start off a bit slow, just because of that week off. I think Burrow and company are gonna have a huge, not a huge, but they're gonna have a better offensive output, just because they blitz more. The Titans blitz more, and Burrow's good against the blitz. Raiders never blitz. And I think he's just gonna have it's gonna be a high scoring game, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. But I think the Titans will prevail. Where do you guys want to start next game?
Let's stick in the AFC.
Bucks.
Stick with the AFC.
Yeah, and then we'll work our way over.
Steelers, or not Steelers, Chiefs and Bills. Bills are the underdogs here.
That's going to be a barn burner, I think.
Remember, Bills already beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, but Josh Allen's a roller coaster.
That's where I think
So is the Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
They're starting to the Chiefs defense real quick. It is starting to in the last 2 games of the season. It
We
was
won't
like
count this past week.
no, but in the last 2
The
games,
Steelers
even
don't count.
before, but even the last that's what I'm saying. The last 2 games, it was like not the defense we saw in the past 6 games. You know what I mean? Especially helping them get a lot of those dubs.
So you're saying the defense went downhill or it got better?
No, it
towards
went
the end?
downhill in the last 2 games.
Just making sure.
Yeah, no, it went downhill.
So I was like, they played Joe Burrow and he put up like 600 yards on him.
No, yeah,
Okay.
they went downhill is what I'm saying.
Okay.
In the last 2 games. I'm saying that little streak that they did, they're the ones that kept them afloat and helped them win. Now it's like
Coming back.
now the question is like, is this the point where the Chiefs say, all right, we're here. Like we've been here, done that. We know what we got to do. And I think this is a totally pick 'em game. I think you can go either way with it because we saw the Bills go up against a divisional opponent that has embarrassed them throughout the in the season, right? Mm-hmm. And they came in ready to play. So I'm excited. To them, it seemed like to them, I think the harder matchup was the Patriots as opposed to it being the Chiefs, in my opinion.
Wait. So you think the Bills saw the Patriots as a harder matchup than the Chiefs?
Yeah, because of the whole third time playing them. And I think with the Chiefs to me is they're going to have to rely, if they can take control of time of possession on the Bills side and do what they have to do offensively.
To me, they're kind of mirrors at each other, both teams.
Yeah, like it's hard. It's a pick 'em.
I don't think it's quite necessarily a pick 'em.
Who you got?
So I personally have the Bills. The reason being is that the entire season, a very common thing was said with the Bills, specifically on offense, of they need a run game. They need to manufacture a run game. If only they could get a run game, their offense would be better. The last few weeks of the season, they have actually had a run game. And against the Patriots, they had a run game. They ran it early and often and set the tone.
Yeah.
And that's something that I haven't seen the Chiefs do this season.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they've done it in 1 or 2 games. But, like, recently I haven't seen them sit there and establish the run game. You know what I mean? So, like...
And they're not that type of team this year.
Well,
it seems like. In years... compared to years past.
Well, no. I think it's still that offense. I think it can
Jamal
get
Charles?
turned on.
Priest Holmes.
Some of the greats, dog.
Hella motherfucking... what's his name? Kareem Hunt. Hey, imagine Kareem Hunt with them.
I don't want to.
Why?
That's his division. He doesn't want to deal with that shit again.
Oh yeah, I feel you. All right. But go ahead.
So the other thing too is that in the game, so the first quarter and like the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, while it was still a game, it was interesting to me that that Pittsburgh was able to get pressure onto Mahomes fairly easily and with not sending that many rushers. And they actually scored first on that on that little return thing. Yeah. So
yeah, always Steelers do some shit like
the Steelers' defensive front is really good. The problem that they ran into is that when your offense for, I don't know, 6 drives in a row comes out 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Literally, the defense is sitting down and then standing back up to go back out on the field. Like, that's what happened to the Steelers' defense there and why there's so many points put up on
That's what
them.
happened to the Cowboys too.
No.
We're done with the Cowboys.
We're done on the Cowboys. Look, the Cowboys deserved that loss. To get humiliated like that. Jerry overpays guys that don't deserve to get paid what they do. Every time he pays these guys, within 1 to 2 years, they show you why they shouldn't have been paid. Jerry does not empower coaches, so coaches cannot actually you can't get
we're done with the Cowboys
quality
like
coaches.
that, yeah.
No, if you want to
I
do
was just trying to be funny.
no. If we're doing the Cowboys still, I got my list.
Welcome to the Cowboys Show, TSR.
To me, the Bills will win. I think they're just the better team.
Yeah, I think for sure they are the better team. It's just a matter of
and to your statement earlier of they were looking at the Patriots as a harder matchup, I completely disagree. The only reason I disagree is because of context. After the first game that they played, where they played in the windstorm and the Patriots were able to win,
Or Mac Jones threw the ball 3 times.
where he threw it exact 3 times, he completed it twice, right?
Which
They
is
asked the
pretty
Bills
fucking
players.
impressive, bro.
It is.
That's fucking impressive. I'm sorry, bro,
No.
but if you can't,
No, it wasn't impressive.
Imagine your defense on film room that next day.
No, it wasn't impressive, but it was more so an indictment on the Bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
How you gonna lose to a team that 3 times? That's my thing.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, you know that defense was in there that in film room
Now, if I'm a Patriots fan, it's concerning. Yeah, we won, but it's
Wait. The Patriots won that game 7 or 14-7, right? Where the Patriots scored 1 touchdown and the other touchdown was
I think it was 17-0.
no.
Let me see.
I'm just saying that's fucking impressive.
Jamie, look that
To
shit
win a
up.
game and only throw for 3 times, that's
Well,
good coach.
it's good coaching. It's good coaching.
Hey, we need some of that in Dallas.
Y'all are
Shit,
never
bro.
gonna get that
That shit was mad impressive because of the Bills defense, how we thought, especially in that game, where it's
They
the
gave
Bills
up
defense.
1 touchdown.
Okay,
They gave
but
up 7
So it was
points.
14-10.
Okay, it was 14-10. 7 of those points came from the Bills defense letting off a long run, where finally, after running and running and running, they broke off 1 long run. The other 7 points came from the Patriots defense. They got a pick 6 and ran it back, or they got a fumble and they ran it back. So the Bills defense didn't get embarrassed.
But still, that's a
So
crazy
they
stat.
ran the ball over 40 times.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
impressive.
Come on, bro. Damn, I know if Green Bay would have done it, he'd be like, you guys gotta admit, that's real impressive. Aaron Rodgers to only throw the ball 3 times.
They ran it 46 times.
Almost 50 times.
Right.
At some point you gotta think, they're fucking running the ball here. They're running the ball here. Let's get Josh Allen back.
Let's get 10 in the box.
After the 41st time, it's
Bruh.
they've thrown it 3 times.
Bro, after the 31st time.
I know,
really.
after 10 times in a row, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like,
how many times do you think they ran it in a row?
okay,
When
I
they
want to
only threw
ask,
3
how many
times?
times did the Bills pass in that game?
30. Josh Allen was 15 of 30 in 60-mile-an-hour gusts, 40-mile-an-hour.
Okay,
winds.
so don't you think at that point the Bills maybe we should try running it?
But they didn't run for a good success.
46
Josh Allen was
times.
their leading.
And to throw 3 times.
Yeah, so they ran 49 offensive plays, which is low. Most teams are running
It is.
60 to
They-
70 offensive
they
plays.
ran less
Yeah, but
plays.
most teams are only rushing for 20,
They
25
ran,
attempts.
They ran less
Okay.
plays than the Bills.
Right.
But also, in running that many plays, you're not running many plays because you're running the ball and killing clock.
Right, but again, we're praising a team. Granted, they ran
No.
it 46 times and scored 1 touchdown.
So I'm not
Praising it.
praising them.
Yeah, we're saying
I'm
that it's
more talking
impressive.
shit to the Bills.
That's not an indictment on the Bills' defense. That's an indictment on the Bills' offense. Because all Josh Allen has to do is not throw that pick 6, and they win the game 10-7.
Not really. I mean, if they would run more,
What
maybe.
do you mean? At that time, yeah. What have they started doing? They've started establishing the run. But
Okay.
back to my further point, why I brought up that game. In that press conference, they asked some of the defensive players, "Is this embarrassing?" And they were like, "What do you mean? We only gave up 7 points. Like, what do you mean embarrassing? Like, we're disappointed, but what do you mean like, they were pissed off that people were like, aren't you embarrassed about the performance you just did? Where we held them to 7 points for the game? Yeah, real. They were mad about it, and it was very obvious. So going into Wild Card Weekend, I guarantee they wanted the Patriots. They weren't looking at it like, the Chiefs will match up better with the Chiefs. No, they were looking at it, give us those guys again, so that we can crush them again. That's what the Bills did. The Bills weren't looking for the easy way out. Right. They wanted to take on that guy. They wanted to take on the Patriots and smash them into the dirt. And that's what they did.
Easy way out, though? Playing the Patriots?
No, playing the Steelers is the easy way out. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, dog. 7 seats.
Right.
7
Let's
seats.
talk about the next game. I got the Bills, but I think the Chiefs are winning. I'm tempted to place a bet.
That's how I feel like. I want the
I'm
Bills.
tempted to place a bet on the Chiefs. By the way, I won my bet. I won my parlay.
Oh, no shit. You did?
Yeah.
Hey.
Good shit, dog. Good shit.
The only team, the only.
You didn't bet on the
I
Cowboys.
didn't know the Cowboys because I was too close.
Remember,
Smart.
homeboy D asked me if I wanted to go half on the Cowboys. I was like, nah, I'm good.
So let's talk about as he leaves.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about the
No,
Bucks
we're
and the
gonna wait for
Rams.
He's gonna have this shit rolling.
We can
Hurry up.
talk more about the Cowboys and shit. Why not?
Yeah. He's editing this week, so he's gonna hear me say "fuck the Cowboys."
Oh, that's solid.
He's gonna have to edit this out.
He's gonna have to just sit there and be like, "Are they still shit talking the Cowboys?"
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Cowboys still suck, dog.
It's so damn crazy that these guys represent 3 of the 4 coaches still in the NFC playoff picture, and they were all on one team. Matt LaFleur, quarterback coach. Kyle Shanahan, offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Tight ends coach, Sean McVay.
It's wild to remember what team that they were on at the time. They were on that Washington team, and it's amazing how bad that team was with all that coaching talent.
And then someone replied to this. Remember when RG3's dad tried to tell these guys what to do? That's crazy.
That's wild. It's funny that they've all gone on to be as successful as they are.
Matt LaFleur, he's single, right? He's like, he has no kids, huh?
No, he has a wife, and I think he has kids.
Oh, he does?
I think so.
So it's Sean McVay then.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Sean's young. He's like 34. I saw a post today, and it was Tom Brady is older than the head coaches of 3 of the other teams in the playoffs.
Yeah. So
Which
who was
is
the
funny.
head coach at this time?
Huh?
Who was the head coach at this time
That was Jay Gruden.
for the Redskins?
Yeah.
Was it Jay Gruden?
I'm pretty sure that was the Jay Gruden days.
Let me see. Which I think he might be making a comeback.
Jay is?
Yeah, to the Jaguars, I think. No, to the Panthers.
Oh. It's interesting.
As OC.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if I'd bring him in as a head coach right away. He didn't really do anything with that program to develop or help it.
It was
but-
Mike Shanahan in 2013.
Was it? Oh, yeah, because Jay Gruden is later, like 2016, and Shanahan's already in
Oh, that's right.
Atlanta.
The Shanahan tree, right?
Yeah. Duh. That's crazy to sit back and remember. RG3 going to Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan.
And they had Kirk Cousins.
Oh my god. The whoever the GM was that year was an absolute genius for snagging Kirk Cousins in the third, by the way.
Which was Bruce Allen.
Yeah.
The guy that got John Gruden fired. Or the emails.
Hey, I didn't say I liked the guy, but that was a good move. He actually did draft his franchise quarterback, which was pretty funny. Just not where anybody thought.
And they went 3-13 that year, by the way, in 2013. That's crazy.
It's crazy how that shit kind of works out. I ain't go. You gotta clap, dog. Gotta get in here.
Do you need me to
You already
clap?
clapped. You already clapped at the beginning. But if you want to clap again, you can if you're going to cut this out.
Nah.
Alright.
All right, so let's talk about the last game.
Well, we got
The
two.
Santa Clara 49ers and the Georgia Bulldogs. Same logo, right?
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
It is literally the same logo, just different colored. That shit threw me off as a kid.
We got the Wisconsin Packers. Green Bay. Let's start off with Greg.
I'm pretty excited for the game, not gonna lie. Like, the 49ers to me are a gatekeeper team.
And they usually beat the Packers in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, so the Packers, generally we don't win against the NFC West in the playoffs. The exception being the Rams. Literally over the past 10 years, or as long as Aaron's been there.
When did you guys beat the Rams?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, last year, and I'm...
In the wild card, right?
No, in divisional. No, we've had a bye week both years. No.
You guys lost to the Niners 2 years ago then.
Yeah, that's when we were the second seed. And we played that in Santa Clara. Yeah, that was...
But anyways, go ahead.
Anyways, so for this game, I'm pretty excited. The Niners are a good, tough team, and they challenge you physically. Like, offensively and defensively, they physically... Like, they just play super physical. Like, their defensive line is really good at pass rushing and stopping the run on their way to the quarterback. Their linebackers are really good. Personally, I hope Fred Warner is not able to play because he's that good. However, I hope that he recovers because he's an amazing linebacker to watch. Same thing with the Bosa boy. Yeah. I hope he's fine. It was a concussion, so it's weird, and especially just on the 6 days or whatever.
He's the TJ Watt of the NFC.
In what way?
He's white, he's good, but he's injury prone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has been since he entered the league.
Yeah, he missed last year. He
Yeah.
missed all of last year.
When then his rookie year, he went out at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
always hurt.
He's
But
more of
good
a
when he's on.
Bosa. Like, TJ Watt is more of a Bosa than a Watt. Because JJ stayed pretty healthy for a while, and Derek Watt's been healthy for...
JJ or TJ?
Okay, I'm confused now.
No,
You're
so
sorry, he's
TJ
saying-
Watt is more of like a Bosa in that sense, because both of them get injured fairly often. Like,
Both.
Bosa boys.
He's saying,
Yeah.
He's saying rate. It's more Watt is like Bosa, whereas Bosa.
So
is not
TJ
like
Watt, like, yeah, he's in the Watt family because of his last name. But, like, honestly, he's part of the Bosas because all of them are just injury prone as shit out the gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I made that
What's
way
TJ
more
Watt?
complicated.
Of late.
Well, no, he was later in his career. Early in his career, he was a monster for like 5 years.
Which she was missing. He didn't hear from.
Yeah.
last game.
Yeah.
He was on a pitch count. Hey, yo,
It's-
I don't think you should risk your shoulder.
Down 21. Hey, bud. I don't think you got to go in there.
You got next season.
You signed a 2 year? We'll save you.
Turn that way. There's nobody.
Oh, man. He's like, hey, you signed a 2-year, right? Just sit this one out. We'll be all right.
But anyways,
It's a young team.
Bakhtiari's back, right?
Yeah, he's going to be back, and then Josh Myers is back as well. He's our rookie center that was playing really good at the beginning of the year.
Still a
So,
rookie.
What about on the defensive end?
so Zadarius, there's a really good chance Zadarius gets to play again. He's going to be on very limited snaps, is what I'm assuming.
Just start down. Probably.
I think obvious pass rush, not necessarily just third down, but obvious like there's no way they're gonna run the ball. They're just gonna throw it. And I think Jair might be back as well. So that would be pretty exciting to have all those players back. I know for a fact the offensive linemen, Bakhtiari and Myers, are back because they played in the last week of the season. And they played a decent amount of snaps, so and they looked good, so I'm pretty excited for it. My thing is that like the Packers have shown this year that we can be a physical team and we can go in and we can grind it out with other teams. And against the 49ers, that's what we're going to have to do. I think that we will win the game because Aaron's not going to make a whole lot of mistakes and Jimmy is prone to making mistakes.
It's not if, but when.
It's a matter of when with him. Like even in the game with the Cowboys, like he literally, the fourth quarter, he's just trying to give the game away. Right?
He holds on to the ball too much.
I kind of agree with that. Like he holds on to it too long.
Too long to where like he forces it.
He really he's got like that Baker mentality where he really thinks he's like an athlete. Like he thinks he's a super athlete,
But
and
he's
it's
better
like,
than Baker.
well, no, he definitely is. And just as a random side note, so the Browns would be incredibly smart, by the way, to ditch Baker this offseason and just steal Jimmy G from the 49ers. But that's just a quick aside.
It'd be a somewhat of an upgrade. But
Well, that's all you need for that team.
Yeah.
G stays healthy, but
Yeah, that's the big if there. But
You
anyways,
can probably get them for cheap anyways.
yeah.
And keep both.
so what you think?
What do you think about Packers? I think we can win it.
I think Packers lose this game.
Okay.
If they lose this game, 49ers are going to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, because they will be Rams.
So one thing that I've seen like with the Niners like in years past is one of these things is like if they get in the playoffs, they have this thing where it's like you're not the best team out there, but somehow you made it all the fucking way.
But sometimes
Well, it's because they're a
the
gatekeeper team.
No, yeah, like
The thing is, to me, I just have images of them always beating the Niners in the playoffs. Either it's Kaepernick running all over you guys, or who's the guy that ran all over you guys 2 years ago?
what doesn't
Any
help,
one of the running backs that they've released,
like what doesn't
but
help
they
is
keep
that
having their stable.
real quick is like as far as Green Bay and Niners matchup offensively is the Niners run the ball a lot better than the Green Bay Packers do.
Oh, just real quick though. Speaking of Packers, you said that the Cowboys are another disappointment like Aaron Rodgers' career. I tell me about
Underachieved.
that or underachieved.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he said that, and that one's funny. No. Aaron Rodgers literally has achieved more in his career than you guys have in the last 25
I'm
years.
saying
No,
okay.
Fairly
no,
easily.
no.
Hold on.
Yes,
Hold on.
He's right. He's right in the terms.
No,
of
no, no.
Watch. Just watch. I'm
Okay.
with you, but I'm saying he puts it.
Yeah, I'm with you,
He
too.
puts it to where he puts someone else that obviously he doesn't compare to. So then when you put it to someone he doesn't compare to, that's where you get him back. It's because he's putting it to someone to where like yeah. This guy underachieved because he doesn't have as much money as fucking Jeff Bezos. Where it's like, all right, well, that guy doesn't have as much money as fucking the other guy. It's like, that's what he tries to do. Is like, well, yeah, all right, well, yeah, go
But
ahead.
if you
He's
look-
underachieved compared to Tom Brady.
Compared to
Fine,
his
fine.
career compared
But what I'm
to...
saying is, but that's what I'm saying is right. It's like, we're taking put it this way, right? It's
he
like
didn't underachieve.
to me, Aaron Rodgers.
Let's see you make this
to-
make sense.
To me, Aaron Rodgers is a McLaren. Everybody wanted a McLaren. Those are nice cars, they're fast cars. And to me, Tom Brady is like a Tom Brady. I mean, a Toyota Camry. It's like, it's all reliable. You know what I mean? But who has more JD and Power Associates? Like, who do people prefer more? Who wins more awards? Who does more and creates more with what they do and what they have?
Do you think if
Right?
more people had the amount of money to buy, like
Probably not. To
No,
be honest.
no.
Have you seen gas prices? Inflation. Check out the off the top.
Bro, you're wild for this take.
But what I'm saying is, like, as far as in Aaron Rodgers, though, yes, I agree with you.
Out of all these
right?
poor people that
He's-
can't afford this
he's-
vehicle,
how
they
many
all
times
love a
has he been-
Corolla.
How many times has he been to the NFC Championship?
The NFC Championship?
NFC Championship game.
He probably has an under 500 record in the NFC Championship.
Definitely under 5.
Okay, that's
Definitely
all
under
I'm
five.
saying is
But then-
but all I'm saying is we all agree that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league, right? No, Mia, get out. No, we're not done.
Go ahead and clap because you're going to have to cut that.
In the middle of his
I was like, is she really coming over here? When she stepped over the line,
I was like,
But all I'm saying is we put this, we understand and we all put him there that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league. And to me, it's like you've also, right, when you talk about the Cowboys, that they had the opportunity and the chance to put the Niners away, so did Aaron Rodgers. He had the opportunities and the chances to go to more Super Bowls, and he didn't. But when it comes, so this is why I say this, because during the regular season, when they go 14-2 or 13-3 or 15-2, and they do this great praise, it's all Aaron Rodgers. See, thank God we have Aaron Rodgers.
You're right. You're right from the standpoint of like the headline says Aaron Rodgers is under 500. He's only has one Super Bowls out of so many tries. Right. At the end of the day, you're right. But if you read if you click on it and expand it, it'll say his defense gave up 40-some points.
I get that, but now
His
see,
defense gave up
you're
30-some
proving
points.
my point. You're proving exactly what my point is.
Okay,
Is
so
during the
which is
regular
what?
season, the defense does the same shit. The same exact shit.
What do you mean?
But they allow the same amount of points. We understand that his defense hasn't been great. We understand all that. But what do we say about Aaron Rodgers during the regular season? He make do with what he has. He makes lemonade out of fucking oranges. That's what Aaron Rodgers does. RELAX. We got Aaron Rodgers. But when it comes to the NFC, a pivotal game, it's like, yeah, but did you see the defense? Like, it's like, bruh, 6 games, 7 games, 8 games, 9 games this season, the defense allowed more than what it allowed in the NFC Championship game. And now we want to fucking blame the defense?
This is the dumbest take. Holy shit. Aaron Rodgers 10 times in a row did the impossible. So now that on the 11th time,
The impossible
he
is
hasn't-
winning more Super
Hold
Bowls
on.
with what you have.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Aaron, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Oh,
It's
really?
doing with what you have.
Yeah, how much, hold
You
on.
know what I'm saying?
How much fun is it trying to drag a Mike McCarthy through the playoffs? You don't think he's a good coach.
Hey, Mike McCarthy got him a ring. Matt LaFleur has it. And you fucking love LaFleur.
with Brett Favre.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is, even with the Brett Favre, did
Right.
he underachieve?
Right, so Mike McCarthy
Did he
underachieved.
underachieve? Brett Favre.
No,
And we're
no,
talking, and you guys are thinking like I'm talking bad about Aaron Rodgers.
No,
I'm not.
No, you're actually,
Underachieve in terms of what?
you're literally insane. Brett Favre, no, you cannot say that Brett Favre underachieved. He won a Super Bowl. He went to a second Super Bowl. He's a 3-time MVP. I think, like,
He wasn't a
He
high
said-
pick, right?
huh?
He wasn't a high pick.
No, not really. He got traded for, and then
I thought he was an Okay, so now
He got
I
drafted
changed
by
my
the Falcons.
opinion.
he was a late draft.
Okay, now I changed my opinion about Brett Favre.
What?
Now with revisionist history, he overachieved. It's like, all right, Brett Favre, no, you should be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? You overachieved.
Y'all are
You know what I'm
listening to
saying?
this? This
It's
is
kind of
inside
like,
the
like
mind
to
of a
me.
Cowboys
Okay,
fan.
if you look at it, no, if you
This
look
is
at
the
it,
delusional
okay,
guys
if
you
you look at
argue
it,
with on the internet.
this
This is what it is.
no. Is Romo?
Listen to this.
He gets so mad when I talk about Aaron Rodgers.
No,
He gets so mad. He
you
gets
get
so
mad, and
so
then
like,
you go,
if Aaron Rodgers doesn't make it to a Super Bowl this year and he leaves, did he underachieve with the Packers?
It depends on how he went out. So say
But okay, so what do you guys say to my thing about he's had a shitty defense for a number of years?
I've literally
and how come when it comes,
Did Drew Brees underachieve?
huh?
Did Drew Brees underachieve?
I think he overachieved.
One Super Bowl?
Yeah, he overachieved. He should, bro. Nobody wanted him. He was short. He couldn't throw the ball. He overachieved. He overcame all odds.
I'm agreeing with you. So, from the standpoint, Aaron Rodgers underachieved, right?
Right. Like to me, Tom Brady overachieved.
Well, he overdid it.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's like, bro, like.
But the thing is, Tom Brady has always had the luxury of having
a top
the
10
other
defense.
unit that he doesn't be on the field for.
But
They're good. You never hear of a Patriots.
Up until this year, fucking allowing like 40 some. Now, credit to Tom Brady when they were down 28-3. That's Tom Brady.
Yep.
But last year, like I was telling you, if you look at his statistical stats,
yeah, they didn't.
he was part of the championship team. He wasn't the reason why they won it. The defense had a big part to do with it.
Yeah, but then in context, we're talking about a 43-year-old quarterback.
No, that's.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
At that point,
now, but in context to Tom Brady, we're talking about a more skilled, a more talented quarterback in our eyes in Aaron Rodgers. Are we not?
Yeah, he is.
Right, but so here
So-
becomes the problem with what you're saying is that I understand the idea of looking at the results and then from the results saying, okay, based on how all of this has gone down, did Aaron Rodgers underachieve?
Did
Listen.
Peyton Manning underachieve?
Well, so I say no.
No,
but
he
the
overachieved.
Packers organization
No, he
underachieved
achieved.
with Rodgers.
He achieved. He achieved. He achieved. He was a first overall pick. He got a Super Bowl one team, got a Super Bowl one. He achieved.
Got
He
dragged
did what
to
he
the second
yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But he did what he had to do. So did Tom Brady. Essentially, that was
And
still a
some
good
of
team.
them, not all of them.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying with the Bucks, as far as transitioning to Bucks, we felt like that was probably the best position for him to succeed, right? As far as an all-around team, because we sometimes forget. Yes, like Tom Brady did have the other unit as far as the defense, but also Tom Brady. If you compare Aaron Rodgers' offenses compared to Tom Brady's offenses throughout the years, probably Aaron Rodgers had just a little bit better offenses than Tom Brady.
Right, so that would be better.
It's either marginal.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a
marginal.
50-50.
Wait, no,
it's
no,
like
no,
if
no.
you put it, it's apples to apples.
No, are you saying that his offense, like the two offenses that they run, are comparable, or that the talent on those two offenses
To
is
me,
comparable?
their offenses is marginal. Maybe one's better than the other one, marginal. Maybe one's better than the other one, marginal. But we know what's not
We
marginal.
know the defense is a
defenses are not
fucking
marginal.
ocean.
Okay, and that's
And the
right.
head coach.
But I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I'm
Right.
not disagreeing with you guys. What I'm saying is throughout the season we see that in the defense,
See
but
what?
because that they are
Shit.
that they are shit. We know that because we've seen it more often than not. It's not like they just had one bad game or two bad games.
So what
I'm so glad you-
Okay. So what I'm saying is, throughout the season, we understand that out of 17 or 16 games prior to this, out of 16 games, their defense was shit for half of those games. For 8 of those games, we understand that. But Aaron Rodgers
So because-
was the guy to pull him out of that hole in 6 out of those 8 games. But when he loses in the NFC Championship, even though his defense in the divisional round allowed 30-something points, but Aaron Rodgers scored 34 just to win the game. Now, in the NFC, Aaron Rodgers scored 31 and the defense allowed 34. Oh, it's the defense.
You're making
Like, come on, bro. Like, are you going to give all the praise to Aaron Rodgers, or are you just going to,
I can't.
do you see what I'm saying?
I guess what you're saying is like.
You're
Like
saying-
when Tom
This is
Brady
the dumbest
loses
shit.
and he plays like shit, we say Tom Brady played like shit. We don't say his defense allowed 28 points and Tom Brady only scored 24.
So I.
Do you
Okay,
see what I'm saying?
so-
But when Aaron Rodgers loses, we say his defense allowed 28 points and he only scored 24. In this season alone, I think there's only been 2 games this season that Aaron Rodgers and his offense has actually scored more than 30 points. Am I wrong?
no.
So now the
As
margin
opposed-
of error, as far as we're talking on your guys' point, the margin of error of defense is like we can't allow more than 24 points because we don't know if we're going to win this game. So it's like your defense, your defense is shit. Now, as far as Aaron Rodgers and his offense, now you got to score up 31. And
Hold on.
we don't even know if
Hold
you're
on.
Talking
score.
about other people's opinions of Aaron Rodgers.
So hold on.
That's what you're basing it off of. Your whole thing is based
No.
of the masses' opinions of Aaron Rodgers.
No. What I'm trying
What
to
is your
tell
opinion of it?
my opinion is, I told y'all, he underachieved as far as how great he is as a QB. Because we seem to kind of pick and choose which QBs are great and which QBs can put a team on his back and win it all.
Our wins.
So when we
quarterback
talk
stat.
about a quarterback, in Aaron Rodgers, is he a quarterback that can carry a team to a
our
Super
wins
Bowl?
a quarterback
To me-
stat.
To me, you need a comparable defense as much as you need a quarterback.
Okay, but
That's
what I'm saying
basically
is, but what do we always say about quarterbacks that ain't got it? We don't think he can carry a team to a Super Bowl. At the end of it, that's the conversation.
Hold
Carry
on.
a team to a Super
Hold
Bowl,
on.
Can you win it?
Here becomes the problem with your argument, and I understand, and I figured out what it was.
Or no?
Okay,
You're editing this.
this is the last thing
This is
on
gonna
this
suck.
ridiculous rant that I've just had
the
to sit
clap?
here and listen to. What you say? You're gonna kill him over there, dog.
Am I wrong? Oh shit!
What did you say?
I was like, "Where's the claps?"
It's because he's talking it's something about like when you're editing and you know how we clap. Like I can just picture trying to look for the clap 4 times already. But anyways, go ahead.
Shit, that was.
Okay.
Hey, blood, how do I zoom in real quick?
That's what happened. You should have charged your fucking battery.
I did. It's the small ones; they don't last long. I need to get the 750s. I think those are only 550s.
Okay, go ahead.
When it comes to has
Or
Aaron
950s.
Rodgers underachieved? No, he has not. Has the Green Bay Packers organization underachieved? Yes. Yes,
No, but
the
he leads them,
organiza-
bro. They underachieved as an
Hold on,
organization.
hold on.
He has blame.
So there's this thing that happens in the playoffs. And you have
Aaron
to
Rodgers loses
advance-
more than he wins.
You have to advance in the playoffs to get this understanding. Okay? Each round gets tougher because you get down to the best teams.
Right, and I've seen
So
Tom
when
Brady
you get down to the
like kill it
championship
way more
game-
than he's
It's
lost
like a
it.
shot towards the Cowboys.
No, I know.
Dog,
I feel
it
you.
is.
I feel you.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the
I've
problem.
seen Tom Brady, a less athletic quarterback, overcome those odds a lot more
Yeah,
than
I've
Aaron
seen-
Rodgers.
When? Tell me one time.
I could tell you
Hold
5
on.
more times.
Hold on. Tell me one time.
5 more times.
Okay, but tell me one time that Brady has been in the playoffs in a championship game where he has had the worst defense by 20 rankings. Tell
Okay.
me the last time Tom Brady played in the playoffs
okay.
with a not even
Okay.
top half. I'll give you
How happy-
16th or higher defense.
How many times have you been
Aaron
happy?
Rodgers?
How many times have you been happy?
No, Brady.
No.
Tell me any
How
time
many
he's had
times
a-
have you been happy that the defense allows 31 and Aaron Rodgers scores 34? How many times have you seen that?
I have never.
We've known your
Stop.
defense is shit.
That
You're
is the-
forgetting my fucking point.
Right, and that's the dumbest point. So are
How?
you
Your
happy?
defense is shit.
Hold on.
Who gives a fuck?
Are you happy that?
But
your
we give the
defense only
praise to
gave
Aaron
up-
Rodgers during the regular season.
Are you happy?
And then in the playoffs, we're like, well, our fucking defense, it fucking allowed 28 points. And,
All this player accountability,
it's
and
so
then-
hard when you go down 28 and it's like, what do you expect Aaron Rodgers to do? Of course, he scored 21. He did what he had to do. That's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, at some point, are we going to let the pressure off Aaron Rodgers? No, you guys put the fucking pressure on him.
No, we didn't. Listen, here's what I know.
Fans, blood. That's why I want the Niners to win. If the Niners win, don't go to work on Monday. I'm gonna let you fucking hear it.
Why? What did I do?
No, I'm gonna let you hear it.
No, what
I'll be
did
like, hey, Greg, where do you want to watch Super Bowl since we're both out?
What if they lose and Aaron Rodgers throws for 300, 4 touchdowns, and
No picks.
and the Niners win with them being the last ones on the field, offense.
Are you still relaxing? Bruh, What I'm saying is,
Hold on.
We give. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, I'm not arguing with you. If you give me an option, hey, do you want Aaron Rodgers on your team? Fuck yeah.
All I'm saying is this fake confidence. Now that you guys are out.
So what is your point? What
Hold
are you
on.
saying?
His point is that he's got this fake confidence. You don't want to talk shit the entire year. And now that you guys are out and we play the people that beat the shit out of your team, now you're like, oh, well,
I've never
now
been
the Packers are, they suck. Aaron Rodgers is underachieved.
You know me.
Oh,
you know me.
Oh, the accountability.
I've never
are we talking about?
I've never liked the Packers.
I've never liked the Packers. But I'm not brave enough to talk shit when I know that I'm still in the playoffs. And
I've always told you, let the season play out.
Yeah, why?
Let the season play out.
And then the moment the season is played out, now you want to talk shit.
It's because, like, to me...
Bro, you're that guy that's just not good enough being like, I could do that.
It's like me talking shit to a professional boxer.
Literally, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's literally what you're doing.
Yeah, that is like fucking 13-27 in pro wrestling, in pro boxing. We're talking about fucking... Okay, yeah, he won like 2. He's the boxer. Aaron Rodgers is the boxer where it's like he won 1 belt and like 2 golden gloves, and it's like, but you see the speed of his hands? Motherfucker had the craziest speed. I'm telling you, he could. If he would have been more disciplined, he would have won more belts. I'm telling you that right now.
But
that's
a
fucking
one-man sport, though.
Huh?
That's a one-man
no,
sport.
but I'm just saying, it's like...
It's not like someone goes in there for defense and fucking...
I was like...
ducks for it.
literally blocking for him.
I'm just
Your
saying,
quarterback just jumps in.
That's all I'm saying. If y'all agree with me, check it out in the comments.
Yeah, if you agree with him, you're probably the same Dallas Cowboy fans that thought y'all had a chance this year. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, we can sit here and just...
Are we watching the game this week?
I already told you I can't.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dumbass. Don't worry, when the Packers play next week, we can watch that game together. That'll be fine.
So my thing from you, what I think you're saying is like, when you like the whole underachieve, it's like if you compare Jeff Bezos to you, and then someone comes in like, well, he over here.
No.
This fucker's underachieving, dog.
Like, hold up.
Did he even try?
Let me talk. That's what I feel like you're doing. Like Jeff Bezos is Tom Brady, right? And like Aaron Rodgers is you.
No.
And then like
You're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong. I'm a bad example.
Okay.
Why are you?
I'm more of comparing Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos.
I don't know Elon Musk.
Okay, Elon Musk is the owner of Tesla.
No, I know, but I don't know like.
But what I'm saying is, okay, this is what I'm saying is, Jeff Bezos has been rich longer, and he's been in the game a lot longer. Elon Musk kind of came in and started just ranking in, and then all of a sudden, Elon Musk goes to space first, and then Jeff Bezos like, hey, I'm a billionaire too. I want to go to space too. But then he builds a shittier fucking ship to go to space than Elon Musk did. And it's like, you're looking at Elon Musk, it's like, bro, I should be better at this than you. Why the fuck did you go to space before me? Like, how is this possible? I've been in this position longer, and I do more, and I know more, but here you come in, and all of a sudden, this billionaire's in fucking space. Like, now I gotta go in fucking space. Just to prove that I'm worthy enough. But it doesn't matter, because we're all infatuated that the fact that a billionaire in Elon Musk was even able to attempt and go to space. That's the trippy part.
Did Michael Jordan underachieve?
No, so that's exactly my point, right? Michael Jordan we look at as the GOAT. Bill Russell had more achievements, right? To me, Michael Jordan, in a sense, he overachieved. Bill Russell, looking at the competition...
He achieved?
No, he underachieved. Motherfucker should have gone like 18 rings in that league. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have won every year.
But I'm not even going to bring up...
Wait, but he's
I'm
not...
going to bring up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Who was considered the GOAT before Michael Jordan?
Kareem.
No.
It was...
Magic, and then...
No, before Kareem, it was Bill Russell.
Yeah, it's always been Bill Russell,
Mm-hmm.
but to a certain extent, some people still consider Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the GOAT. And he won at a lower level, at a high school level, and at the pro level. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Michael Jordan can't even say that. And he's not doing
But we're
shit.
talking mainly just on a pro level. Now we're taking in the whole Kyler Murray's 9-0 against AT&T Stadium. Like, all right,
But
yeah,
you
he won
know what I'm
Pop
saying.
Warner.
You're
Yeah,
basically, you're talking,
So-
you're putting down Aaron Rodgers by comparing him to someone like there's no comparison to.
okay.
That's like me saying, well,
No,
you
no.
overachieve compared to
How is? But that's what I'm saying
and you
is
don't
though.
underachieve compared to Aaron Rodgers.
No, but this is what I'm trying to fucking tell you though, is the fact that it's not comparing the two, because on paper, if you look at it on paper and through film, Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback than Tom Brady. Is he not?
Yeah.
Better arm, better awareness, better scrambling ability. He can actually use his legs, right? He's a better quarterback in just 4 categories that I named. How the fuck did you let this scrub 6th-round pick, no athletic ability, get more rings than your ass?
You're so fucking wild, dude.
saying.
Again, this is literally
That's just
this is
how
the
I'm saying.
Cowboy fans you guys argue with on the internet. I'm just
He has nothing to say.
Jesus
He
Christ.
has nothing to say. That was
What
the
am I
question.
supposed to argue with that incoherent
Trubisky
rant?
have more career wins than Deshaun Watson?
Because he played longer. Deshaun didn't play this year. Or, well, yeah, I don't know. Well, Deshaun,
You don't have an answer?
Now, okay. This is what I'm going back to when it comes to the Patriots and the Packers. Now, the Packers always had a lackadaisical defense, whereas the Patriots had good to great defenses in years past, right? To help Tom
Jared
Brady.
Goff have more career playoff wins than Matthew Stafford.
because it's a fucking team game.
Who's better? Matthew Stafford or Jared Goff?
Matthew Stafford.
we have
but
yet
it's a
to see.
fucking
Oh,
team
Now
game.
that's different. Now that's different because you're talking about a Matt Stafford that's in the same system as Jared Goff was.
Okay.
So that's a little different. Now we
You're
got to
getting
see
very-
how the season
You're
plays
getting very
out.
confident with that. I could just name any other quarterback. Who's better, Jared Goff or Derek Carr? And Derek Carr has been in the league longer.
Derek Carr had made his first playoff appearance this year too.
Yeah, and Jared Goff has more playoff wins than Derek Carr. Who's better?
At this point,
Are wins a QB stat?
no.
Okay.
No.
Then why are we sitting
Who's
here going?
better, Dak Prescott or Jared Goff?
Dak Prescott,
Who has more playoff wins?
Jared Goff.
So then
So
Dak's
Dak has
underachieved.
underachieved. Is it hard for me to
But no,
admit that?
he hasn't underachieved.
But Dak- but Dak
He
to me
not
has
underachieved.
underachieved.
He has not underachieved. He only underachieved if you put fucking X player here.
No, but to me,
if I was just to say,
nah, but to me, if you're adding in this year, Dak has underachieved.
okay, yes, I get that.
See what I'm saying?
For this
At
year.
least I'm being real with myself. As far as a Cowboys fan, that's all I'm saying. Like, are you happy? I want to ask you, as an avid Packers fan, are you happy with the career that Aaron Rodgers gave you to your organization?
Yeah.
You're happy with that.
I'm happy with
You don't feel like it could have gotten more?
I am happy with the effort and attitude that he is
Okay, so
existing.
why can't I be happy with the effort of Dak Prescott?
You
And then
can
you're
be.
like, well, he's fucking trash. Okay,
He
but
is.
I'm happy with his effort.
Well, no, because the problem is statistically I can sit there and say I can give you actual reasons on why Aaron Rodgers is great.
At the end of the day, bro, you're a fan of the Green Bay Packers.
100%, and I'm biased.
And the thing is if I'm a Packers fan and I have Aaron Rodgers at the helm, I feel like he underachieved for my team. If I had Aaron Rodgers these past 10 years for the Cowboys and he only got me one Super Bowl, even though it would have been great to fucking watch and see, but the fact that I get to see you be one of the best quarterbacks in the fucking league for the past 10 years, and it's like, damn, bro, like you can't even fucking make another Super Bowl appearance. Like at some point it's like, I'm thankful for what you did for me, but it's like when you get with a girl and in the honeymoon stage, you're like, oh, everything's popping, like, you know, she's sucking your dick and shit. And then all of a sudden, like 3 years in, she don't stop sucking your dick no more, but she cleans the house. And are you gonna be like, well, I'm happy with her effort? You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, it's like, nah, girl. Like I still want you to suck my dick again.
And the Cowboys are the fucking nerd thinking about this shit. Like, I'm so.
Are you really happy? Are you happy with that?
Yes.
If Aaron Rodgers is on your team in the past,
So I'm kind of like in the same situation, although at a lower, Super Bowl. Derek
At a
Carr's
lower
been
level.
quarterback for the Raiders for
8 years.
it'll be 9 years going next year.
Yeah.
okay.
And he's got 1 playoff appearance, but 2 playoff seasons.
He
'Cause
earned
got
them
hurt
the
in
first
middle.
playoff berth,
Got hurt
and that
in
was
the
his best
Right.
team.
So, but my thing is like, it hasn't all been his fault, and so no, I'm not happy with it, but it's not. He's not the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that, but it's kind of the same thing. At the end of the day, is you want to see your team win,
Yeah.
regardless of the fact. And what's
So
the hardest?
I gotta look at the. I gotta look at the problem. You.
You got to look at the problem, and I understand that. But the thing is as fans, we don't have control of that problem. We don't. At the end of the day.
But what is the problem for the Cowboys? You don't just. If we're talking about Prescott, you don't just fucking Prescott. It's X,
Oh,
Y,
line?
Z, X, Y, Z.
Yeah. No, and I get that. But what I'm trying to tell you is like, if you take an Aaron Rodgers, right, and you put him on your team, it was the same thing for me and Romo. Romo was a great passer. He was a great quarterback by stats and standards, but you underachieved, bro. You did. You had opportunities, and this is what we're missing on: is the opportunities that quarterbacks have.
The thing with Romo, honestly, he was a good quarterback in
Honestly, in his point, he overachieved because he was undrafted, and he overachieved on his success. But when it translates to team success, you underachieve.
But now you're saying
But
he
that's-
overachieved based on like their draft status and shit like that. Like, honestly, if you look at it, everybody fucking achieved because they're all millionaires.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can say the same shit.
Yeah. They all made it.
That's why I said translating to team success.
Right.
I just don't get
Hold
what
on.
you're saying.
Here, so I already made the concession to you, and you're not accepting it. So, fine. Here's the thing. I am very pleased and happy with Aaron Rodgers' career in Green Bay.
Cal Bear.
Is he perfect? No, nobody is. And I'm not trying to make that argument.
Not even Brady.
Not even Brady, right?
I agree to that.
Okay, so you're with me so far.
Yes.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers, the entire time that he's been in Green Bay, has tried his damnedest to win. Okay? We can meme about him in championship games or him in the playoffs. That was a thing early in his career after he won the Super Bowl because we weren't making it very far in the playoffs and we were losing.
Right.
Right? If you want to look at that and you want to say, okay, because of the early playoff losses and not making it through, Aaron Rodgers has underachieved. You know what? I agree to disagree. I don't, because I had to sit there year after year with the same shit defense that couldn't do anything. I had to sit there year after year as we just messed up draft pick after draft pick after draft pick. Like, when, and rest his soul, Ted Thompson, like, when he retired and he gave it over to Gutekunst.
He died?
He did, yeah. He died, I want to say earlier last year. But anyways, Goody came in. Goody's actually been drafting well. Goody's been bringing in free agents and good free agents, right? He has built this team that is really good. Can I look at Aaron Rodgers, let's say last year in the championship game, and say he underachieved? Yeah, I can. He was given 3 interceptions and he didn't seal the deal on that game. I'm not going to go back through all of his playoffs and all of his career and say he's underachieved because in one moment he did. In the year prior to that, when we made it against the 49ers, our team had no business being there. Everybody told us that. In 2016, we were a 6-seed team, and we made it to the championship game where we beat the Dallas Cowboys. First we beat the Redskins at the time, and then we went and played.
They're still the Redskins.
Yeah, and then we went and played Dallas, who's the number 1 seed. We beat them, and we move on. That was a shit roster. The next week when we played Atlanta, we got exposed. Our best defensive back ran a 4.6. Our best defensive back against Julio in his prime, Julio, who runs a 4.3, runs a fucking 4.6. We literally didn't have players that could keep up with other offenses. We didn't have that for years. In 2011, when we went 15-1,
I ain't like y'all.
listen, here's how great Aaron Rodgers is.
Interrupt.
2016, I've brought this up so many times. We went 15-1, where we gave up an extra 200 yards for the season, then we gained. The problem is that every year we go into the playoffs, which, by the way, we consistently go into the playoffs. How is that a failure? How is that underachieving? We're consistently winning our division. We're consistently making it to the playoffs. We're having some runs with shittier rosters.
So you don't think Aaron Rodgers?
I agree.
You don't think Aaron Rodgers has like any say as far as organizational moves?
He literally hasn't.
No. So how do you
He
explain
literally
Randall Cobb?
didn't.
Huh?
How do you explain Randall Cobb?
Did you miss the entire offseason
That's
drama?
this year.
Are you
That's what I'm
kidding
saying.
me?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why bring in a Randall Cobb? Why? Let me ask you.
Because he
being
picked-
honest.
If he had to say, they would have kept.
Because he
Johnny
finally-
Nelson.
Because he finally pitched a fit and said, you know what, I'm fucking done with this shit. And so then finally
So
the
then you
Packers
bring in someone that is average at best.
that's who Aaron wanted. Bring him in. I don't care. Aaron wants that guy.
But
Prove
you
to
should
Aaron that you're
care.
gonna
That's
do
what
that.
that's what I'm saying. Is like at that point, it's like, did that hinder you from getting
So
maybe
keep
another
in mind,
different
the
spot?
Packers, not until lately, as of late, but they weren't a team that splashed in free agency.
We
No,
never
everything
splashed
was
in free
the draft,
agency.
Not really any trade.
Wouldn't hit on draft picks. We did not do
I
free
think
agency.
that was the biggest thing, though. That's the biggest thing. Is not their thing was not hitting on draft picks, because from the Cowboys side of
Or
things,
big spending in free agency.
no. But the thing is the Cowboys as well aren't big spenders in free agency in the past 4 or 5 years. They always wait till like the fucking veteran deals, and that's one thing that would like piss me off. But after like Greg Hardy, they weren't like. They were like, fuck that. We're going to draft our own, sign our own. That's kind of their motto.
Yeah.
It's just like your biggest
was.
thing is just not hitting on
We
draft
gotta
picks.
wrap it up soon.
Look,
Yeah,
here's
like
my
5
thing.
minutes.
Your entire rant is just ridiculous because, and I was gonna bring this up last week on the MVP thing with Hub Arkish. If you guys didn't see what happened, just look it up. It was stupid. My big issue with
Yeah,
Hub,
what he said about the whole.
what he said about Aaron. Look, here's my thing: is when it and on that topic, like here's what I'll say: we can disagree, right? I can openly disagree with you, and it can be fine. The problem is that like if I ask you a yes or no question and you start giving me some explanation, that's not what I need. I need yes or no. The moment you keep talking and keep adding on to it, it makes it worse in a sense. Like, do you know what I mean?
He's doing right now.
What I was
you
doing,
guys-
yes.
But the thing
What
is
I was
you're not
ranting-
taking
Hold on.
what I have to say.
hold on.
Talking
listen.
to him, not me.
No, but you guys are both saying like, oh well, I don't know what you're saying. All I'm saying is he underachieved. Fuck.
Right.
Like goddamn. Like
not-
y'all want a fucking
No.
encyclopedia
Again,
of
listen.
this shit. Like y'all
Listen.
want me to fucking write up 900
Right.
pages as to why he fucking
901.
underachieved. 901 pages
Thank
as to
you.
why he underachieved. And I'm just saying like, bruh, if I'm fucking a Packers fan and I'm like, goddamn, like you're this fucking
saying,
good.
I'm not. It's not that I'm understanding. I'm telling you what I think you're saying, and you're basically saying I'm not saying.
Okay, no. I think the thing that's bothering me is
Oh, you're bothered.
no,
He's
not bothered.
He's not
I guess
upset at
I
all.
think the thing that gets me is,
Same.
and I've seen it like as far as more so from Greg than you, is that when it comes to like the Cowboys, I can be like, but Dak played a good game. Oh, really? That's why he fucking lost. It's like, well, yeah, but you didn't fucking see the defense or all this shit. You're fixated on Dak, right? Even though you played a good
Just
game.
like how you were fixated on wins and losses and not the eye test, right? In a sense.
Where in the beginning
You
of the
just look at the
season?
win and loss column, right?
No. In the beginning of the season, the eye test and the win and loss column We're
That's
translating
it.
perfect.
That's it.
All right.
No more space.
All right, I'm out of here. It's late.